Hello and welcome again to another replay. I am your host Jim Rayner and we are on Daybreak. Let us begin. The opponent that we're facing right now is a Zergy. Mr. Frost Shot. And the strategy that I wanted to use on this game was a mass marine strategy. It's a little on the cheesy side, but it can be effective. And it can be a lot of fun. You add medvacs to the equation and you can do all kinds of crazy drop plays, disorient them, make them multitask, and it can be a lot of fun. The key is macro, like any other game. You want to macro all the time. In StarCraft you got to do 3 things at once. You got to make your SCVs, you got to make your army, and you have to be able to attack. Not always all 3 at the same time, but whenever you're attacking, you can't forget your worker building, and you can't forget your reinforcement building. And if you're doing a 2-prong attack, then you have to do 4 things at the same time. But it can be rewarding if you can pull it off. Okay, our Zerg player, where are we at? He's at 14. So he's going to be making a hatch pretty soon here, or a pool. He's going for the hatch. In the meantime, I am scouting him. He hasn't sent his scout yet. And at this point, he's likely not going to get much of a scout off, because I'm going to wall in. Where's that eBay? Not making the eBay. Alright. Standard wall off.
Upgrade.
Had that barracks displaced so that I could make an eBay. I think what I was planning on doing was the fortress rush. But seeing how we had that hatch up before the pool, that wasn't going to happen. Reverted to my plan B, which was spam marines. So just kind of stack up all your racks on the low ground, get 4 of them out really quick, get your command center first. This is before any gas. Get your command center first, and then your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th racks built. You're building marines all the time. You gotta lift up a racks to get your guys in. Whoops! Let me in. I guess I figured I'd bring him to the 2nd tower because he was locked out for SCV. Could have lowered a depot back there to let him back in. Let me start to slow it down a little bit here. After I've secured my 2nd, then I've got 4 racks constantly producing marines, then I move on to the gas. I want to saturate that gas in preparation for the medvacs. Making sure to rally my marines inside my tent, not outside. Have them hotkeyed 4, and I'm pressing 4A, 4A the whole game. Once I have about 2 rounds of marines built out of those 4 racks, time to press out. Obviously, what you want to do is get your Zerg opponent to produce Zerglings that I will kill rather than drones. Let me pull up the income tab just to see how that's going. So he's got 40 harvesters to my 34, but my mules bring that up to just about even as far as income goes. He had a sizable amount of Zerglings. Now I don't want to go into that as spine crawlers. My main idea right now is to contain it. I know he has more than enough Zerglings to take care of my marines. Just for insurance, he's going to build up a few more before he attacks. But I do my little spread, and I just want to contain him. I want map control, and I want to be able to reinforce my marines as soon as I can. I'm not going to rally my marines to the front line because they're probably going to get picked off as soon as he takes out what Marines I have. So I'm just going to rally them and send them out in waves. Alright, 2 more racks get a tech lab so I can research the combat shield and stim at the same time. Yeah, so I'm not really watching those guys. I know they're gonna die. But here he goes, he's coming. I've got the towers. I can see them coming in the mini-map. But I'm not worried, I'm walled in really good. And I don't think he has seen... Yeah, he has no idea that I'm walled in. He hasn't seen anything. As far as he knows, I'm on 1 base. He's taking out the rocks for whatever reason. And then what are you going to do? What are you doing? Okay, here he comes. Almost a perfect opportunity. And he was smart to pull out because, you know, I'm choked into that little cavity between my barracks, making it impossible for him to surround my Marines. Alright, Banlings on the way. Very good option for him. He's not a schmuck. He takes the towers. I'm on my way. He gets his 3rd. His macro is really good. I don't know why. Oh, okay. He was thinking I might have come around a 3rd. I wasn't aware that he was on a 3rd yet. So that was actually pretty good because now I can get my Marines all spread out in preparation for his Banlings, which I didn't know were coming, but that helped mitigate a lot of the damage. Yeah, I'm throwing away my guys. Let's see here, units lost. Well, we're about the same. I mean, he's lost more units, but money-wise, we're pretty much at the same. Income, your Terran friend is ahead. Dropping mules like a boss, and I'm actually ahead on workers. I've been making workers, he's been making, you know, Zerglings. Some drones, but he made a lot of stuff to hold off my attack. A little bit of an overreaction, because now he's got all these Zerglings that he doesn't know what to do with. May as well put him to work clearing out stuff, but you know, half of those guys could have been drones. And he could have been droning. He's got a 3rd that he's not really mining from. So that's why his income is almost half of mine. Alright. Spread my guys out again. Now by this time I've got stim, so I'm not as afraid, but he still has a lot of dudes. He's got a lot of workers. A lot of Zerglings. What are my upgrades up to now? And I've got my 3rd base. I'm gonna make that a PF and wrap it with supply depots, preventing him from getting a good surround. A few more racks. Let me just do the everyone can. At this point I've got 4, 5, 6, I've got 8 racks. Pumping those Marines.
Base is under attack.
Okay, he took out a lot of my workers. I'm down to 44. Not terribly decisive. He probably could have gotten my command center. I think he does he? Barely. Yep, he gets it. So now I'm kind of hurting, you know, down to 39 workers.
Mutation complete.
Still making those Marines, baby. What are my upgrades up to? I'm 1-1. Let's bring up the production tab. Alright, working on one of the twos. Doing the spread now. I know he can see me, so I want to do a little scan. Let's turn the lights out. Oh, I didn't. What happened here? Okay, I do a scan. Alright. Should have done that before loading up my dudes. Because I wonder if he saw that. Or if he saw me loading up my Marines. Nope, he never saw me load up my Marines. So he's not going to watch the back. Well, he's got Zerglings there anyway. Lying in wait. I'm not going to do any damage, so I want to move on to the next base, but he fumbles. Barely get in there. This was not a damage dealing drop. Yeah. It was good in theory. So, from his perspective, he's looking pretty secure. So, those guys fall, away the medevacs go. At the same time, I want to try to hit his front, but he's already there. So, this hardly did anything. Thankfully, I was stemmed still, so I was able to take out those Banlings before they engaged. But he does a massive fumble. He's got some Banling bombs there that are ready to go, and he could have... I don't know why he's holding off, because I scanned. I was just trying to clear some creep tumors. I didn't realize there were Banling bombs there, but I thought, uh-oh. Gotta watch out for those suckers. Let me... How do you do that thing where you turn off your... There we go. So... I'm in a better position to deal with his stuff. And I'm just gonna sit there. I'm just gonna sit there and let him sweat it out. I'm spread out pretty good. I can reinforce. He can fungal, but he's not gonna be able to. He's not gonna be able to get a decent fungal unless I group up, which I'd let him do that. But I thought, why not? I've got medvacs, I can heal. My 2-2 yet? 1-2. Working on level 3 infantry weapons. I'm feeling pretty good at this point. We traded armies, and I still have, you know, Marines that are working, and he's losing drones. Where are we at with income? So yeah, he's hurt. I'm ahead on workers now. Production tab. Production tab. I am not making any SCVs. And this is my fault. Mentally, when I see that 200, I stop making workers. Even though that number's 97. I don't know. That's just my thing. Alright. Medvacs, invaluable. Really need him. Save him if you can. Fast forward just a little bit. I see him making that hatchery and I'm like, no. That's not going to happen. Which tells me that he's really needing some money. It made me feel all gooey inside. Let's make that a PF. Alright, so I'm on 4 bases, He is on 3. His first is mined out. My first is probably mined out too. Making that into a PF. Migrate my workers. Bring all my Marines to the front. Probably time for another scan, which I do, and I catch those little meandering underground critters. Got lucky with that one. Could have lost everything in one fell swoop right there. Time for a doom drop. Everything I've got, but in 2 different places. Oh, there you go. So I'm gonna go swoop around like Batman and drop on his 3rd and bring my other drop to his main. While in the process, I figure I'll take one of these medvacs and take care of that little guy too. He promptly cancels that.
Somebody, get me out of this mess.
This isn't going to do much damage, but it does occupy him in time for me to be able to drop there. So it's really just a multitasking thing. He teched pretty hard in spite of all this harassment, so he's got those flippin' ultralisks.
Somebody, get me out of this mess.
What am I up to now? 2-3. So I'm almost 3-3 with medvacs. Insufficient numbers, more than enough to deal with ultralisks, but I'm kind of spread out all over the map, so it's kind of hard for me to get all my guys together in one spot. But I know that his economy is not that great. Alright, he's probably going to take that out. So if you're, alright, consolidate, get all my dudes in one area, because he's coming for me. He's not aware that I'm down there. Drop, yep, get them all out there. And now I'm the Zergling that wants to get us around on his stuff. So I want to get out there into the wide open space, wait for his ultralisks to come, and then just surround him. A move, stem, and do damage. What are you guys doing? Get over there. Alright, I'm not producing anything. I'm out of money. He's producing 10 drones. He's out of money. Stem, fall up, do damage. And this was really great because we're trading armies, but I know that I'm taking out a lot more money's worth of army than he's taking. At least that's what I think. I mean, ultralisks look expensive, so. Alright, let's pull that income tab up. Okay, he leaves the game. You know, he really wasn't that far behind. But I think losing those ultralisks so quickly was really discouraging for him. So he just got tired of the whole thing and said, screw this, not here. Alright, so that's it. If not for my 2-3, I would not have been able to pull off a win. Don't forget to upgrade, don't forget to macro, don't forget to make stuff. And that's it. Have a nice day.